Welcome back, my friends, to the Psychic Next Door. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time to tune in, watch our videos, as well as for your overwhelming support, for subscribing, liking, and even commenting on my videos. I am truly grateful for all of you. My goal today and always is to provide you clarity and peace through these spirit-driven messages. Remember, these are just general readings, not one-to-one. So if it doesn't resonate, just leave it behind, all right? While we shuffle the cards, we're going to touch upon some key moments in astrology for this month, as they may help guide you to bigger and better opportunities that are coming your way, okay? There is certainly a lot of action happening right now at the beginning of July. July 2nd, we have the planet Neptune going retrograde into Pisces, and also Mercury enters Leo. You may be presented with some bold and creative ideas. Now is the time to take center stage. However, be cautious of adding dramatic flair, as there's a time and place for everything. On July 5th, there is a new moon in Cancer. This provides an excellent opportunity to start creative projects. Find happiness and peace within your home base. All right? On July 11th, Venus enters Leo. Throughout this period, life, romance, friendships could be entering a very bold time for you, okay? Keep tempers in check. This could lead to some unwelcome drama in your life, okay? Then on June 20th, Mars enters Gemini. This period allows you to view difficulties in your life from all different angles, okay? And come up with a positive solution. A reminder to not overthink everything, as this could lead to some delays. Then on July 25th, Mercury enters Virgo. This is a period to remain as level-headed as possible, okay? And don't allow your inner thoughts to take over, as there will be a retrograde soon approaching. And then finally, my friends, on July 26th, Chiron goes retrograde into Aries. You're going to want to choose your battles very carefully. And they're showing me the phrase, know when to hold them. So that says it all. All right, let's get started. So they want to do this reading a little bit differently, my friends. They want to start off with three key messages, three different messages that revolve around these three cards. And I will tell you that this card is being highlighted first. So we'll bring this to the forefront. We'll put these others up here, all right? So the Knight of Cups, they want to highlight a romantic relationship or a very strong friendship, like a friend for life. All right, but it really is pulling me more towards the romance of it all, my beautiful Gemini friends. Okay, perhaps for some of you, the spark has kind of fizzled out a bit of your current relationship. All right, and someone in the relationship, whether you or the other person, may be doing some romantic reach out, perhaps planning a romantic time for you all. Okay. It shows me with the Five of Wands clarifier that came out for the Knight of Cups is that for the first 6 months of this year, okay, and it could have been going on a bit longer as well, there's been a lot of turmoil in the house, okay? You've had a lot going on at home, some unwelcomed situations that now you feel as though you have no choice but to deal with them as they play out. Perhaps some bickering, some frustration. They showed me an individual, and this is not that they did this, but it's the internal feeling that perhaps they felt they just wanted to pack up and get the hell out. Okay, it was just a bit too much, right? Of what they were going for. And the good news is this turmoil and stress and frustration that occurred the first 6 months of your year, and they also showed me some of 2023. Okay, so perhaps this is a bit overlapping for you all. This is going to be shifting. Once the summer months close out, there's going to be a new, more calming layer to the family dynamic. Now, I'm not here to throw anyone under the bus. This is just the information I'm receiving first from Spirit, and hopefully this information will help you in some way, okay? So take this for what it's worth. While there's this dynamic happening in your life right now, some unsettling times, you actually have more control than you realize, or than you think you do, or options that you have. Showing me an individual, okay, on a swimming, like on a diving board, okay, and this person is always diving headfirst into everything happening, okay? Perhaps you need to take the other vision that I'm seeing, and this is also going to help you, okay, enjoy the next 6 months a bit more. Perhaps take a little float device, and instead of diving into everything around you head first, maybe hop on that floating device, okay, and just kind of do you a little bit more, all right? Distance yourself a little bit more from the chaos, and allow yourself to do things for yourself, all right? I'm getting a strong indication that many of you feel that this is where your head lies, where your place lies, but in fact, there's more to you and your life, okay, than this situation. And hopefully, with the transition of these next 6 months, you'll see that, all right? Again, they're wanting to highlight this relationship. We have pulled the Two of Cups in relation to the Knight of Cups. This is going, now as you can see, this is June, July. This is where your year cuts off, all right? And this is a depiction of the past, okay? And this is what's coming forward. More harmonious times for you, okay, with friends, loved ones, with yourself. Okay, those are the words I'm hearing bold and highlighted. Times for yourself. All right, make those plans with family and friends. Don't just sit around and wait for them to happen. Even if you do just a couple of days, even if it's just 2 days, a long weekend. Okay, that renewed energy, the refreshment, that refreshing energy, okay, where you actually can step away, can lead to really the Page of Wands, renewed energy, all right? He, it's, energy is fluid. She's in her glory, okay? We went from this chaos of a time, okay, the first 6 months, and now you, as a Gemini, you're deciding to make different choices, all right? They're sharing with me there are things that we cannot control, all right? But you can control more than you realize. You can choose happiness. You can choose time for yourself. You can choose, they're showing me a project. They're showing me this very large room with some tables and chairs. And you wanting this kind of a set up shop or something. Wanting to work on something for you, something that fulfills you, all right? Something that brings happiness to you. Get back to this, all right? Get back to this. It's a very much deserved, all right? That is message number 1 for you, my Gemini friends. We're going to shift this here to the top and move on to energy or message. We're going to go ahead and shift to message number 2 for you all. And if this is not one of my absolute favorite cards, all right, in the tarot deck, your beautiful 10 of Pentacles, okay? They're sharing with me that the 10 of Pentacles here for you all is future energy. It just means, and this card doesn't mean everything's perfect, okay? I think sometimes folks may misinterpret that. The 10 of Pentacles doesn't mean things are perfect in your life. It just means through all your hard work and dedication, you're at a beautiful time in your life, okay? Or you're going to reach a beautiful time in your life, okay? It's kind of like you're going to have it all internally, emotionally, physically, right? This is my favorite tarot deck card, or one of them. We have drawn the King of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and, oh my goodness, this is incredible. I hope you guys can see these cards. I will absolutely hold them up for you. You know, we should really just call this the 2024 reading, okay? Because for most of my readings so far, it's pretty much given us an outline of how 2024 has started and how it will end, or the direction in which it's going, okay? Very much like the message up front, you feel like your hands have been tied with a situation, okay? And you're kind of holding on, you're kind of holding on to all your marbles, if you will. You're just barely hanging on, okay, to what you have, and you're holding on tight. All right? But in this next new layer, okay, starting in July, moving forward, you are going to boss up, okay? And this card, the King of Pentacles, it's kind of giving us a few messages, so I want to share them with you. Number one, you have to change your view and perspective to see things differently. The King of Pentacles is typically sitting in a very stoic, straight position, okay, holding his own. I love the King of Pentacles because he has decided to shift his view in another direction, okay? His disposition, if you can see on this card, with his legs crossed, you typically don't see a king like that. He's kind of facing off into another direction, okay? His mannerisms are more relaxed, and he is wanting to view things from a different perspective. And this is you, my friends. You've kind of, because of what you've been going through, you've kind of been in this tunnel vision, okay? Day in, day out, day in, day out. But something breaks in the energy. Something breaks in your energy. Perhaps it's this little getaway you have that makes you see things a little differently. Perhaps because you're giving yourself a break, okay, of your day-to-day, that you're allowing to see things differently. You're now bossing up like the King of Pentacles in a different way, all right? They're also showing me an individual who's working on a project, all right, and you've kind of been a little bit of stagnant energy where you've kind of just been moving along and hoping for the best. You're going to see things a little differently. You're going to be changing one or two things, okay, in your day-to-day. That's going to bring out a whole new layer for you, okay? In doing so, and for the next 6 months, I will say they're hiding the month November. They're highlighting the month November for you guys, okay? There's going to be some sort of shift, some kind of a light bulb moment. So these next few months is kind of like the transition. You have to allow yourself to get there, okay? This can't happen if you don't change a thing or two, all right? If you don't change your perspective or change your view or do something different for yourself, okay? This doesn't come, all right? But with this energy, in the month of November, they're highlighting, and this can absolutely happen sooner or later, okay, depending on how quickly you move and how quickly things progress. We see the sun come out for you. So there's a huge revelation. There's a time to celebrate, okay? And I love that the clarifier, the sun, came out for your Ten of Pentacles. Because that, in fact, lets us know that the sun is coming out for you tomorrow, okay? They're also sharing with me that one or two uncomfortable decisions, okay, things that you wouldn't normally do, things that kind of you're hesitant towards doing, may have to be done in order to get to this. Okay. They're showing me, what is that called? I think the card is the High Priestess card. I think so. And they're wanting to reference the 2 columns on that card. And they're using those columns as columns of boundaries. Okay? I think this difficult thing that you may have to do is you may have to set boundaries that you normally wouldn't have to set. Understand while those boundaries are uncomfortable, they're out of your realm of who you are, that's part of what's going to lead to this, okay? November time period. So think about that, my friends. Beautiful things coming your way. That was message number 2 for my beautiful Gemini friends. And we're going to dive into message number 3 for you all, okay? So message number 3 for you all begins with the 3 of Pentacles, all right? So this surrounds some sort of teamwork, okay? And the first thing they want to highlight here, my friends, is household teamwork, okay? It's showing me that there's a group of people. They're also showing me this in relation to you at your job, okay? So it looks like this is at home and at work. We need to work more as a team, okay? There's no I in we, is what they just shared with me. In order, and they're kind of like pulling from this reading right here, okay? They want to let you know that the 10 of Pentacles and the Sun are also in relation to this third message. In order for you to get to where you want to be, all right, and to find some happy place for you guys, we're going to have to work as a team a bit more, all right? Some folks, it appears they're not big on delegating. I will throw myself under the bus for this. I find that if I do it myself, I feel that it gets done the right way in a manner in which I like. Sometimes you just got to let that go. In order to release some of the burdens and the duties that we feel that we put upon ourselves, listen, if you're working on a project for work, perhaps take the time. Whoa, we just lost that card. Let's get that. Let's grab that card real quick. In relation to the job at work, okay? Perhaps take a more mentor type role with someone, rather than always having to feel like you have to do everything yourself. And then if you give it to someone else, even with appropriate direction, it still doesn't get done how it needs to get done. So part of this is perception, okay? Think of the end result of this project or this task, all right? And in giving it to someone, did it reach the end result that it needed, okay? Did it need to be perfect with every single I dot and T crossed? Was the end result that you wanted for this, or what the company wanted for this, or what the team wanted for this, was it reached? And if you can say yes to that, then let it go. Delegate and move on. Provide guidance and move on. For some, this is a little bit more difficult, okay? If this is something, perhaps a task at home, a task at work, that these individuals aren't accustomed to doing, you do have to provide, some mentorship, if you will. Perhaps teach them how to do the task. Provide a guide on how to do the task. And then as they do the task a couple of times, provide some mentoring, thoughts and suggestions. All right, that's how you have to. It's important to work also in relation to how folks learn. Okay. Touch, feel, see, hear. Some people learn by doing. Some people learn by, taking notes, doing the project over and over and kind of having mentorship. Some people can take a project and be done in one, be one and done. Some people can take a project and be one and done, just do it perfectly. Know the individual that you're working with and what that individual requires from you. Okay? And then take the steps to guide them and to lead them. And then before you know it, you've delegated a task that you no longer have to worry about it being on your plate. They want to highlight this Fool card, okay? And the Fool is just this lighthearted, just fun energy, okay? The Fool represents someone who isn't afraid to try something even if they fall flat on their face. Now, my Geminis are not big on this energy. And what I mean by that is you prefer to have a bit more of a structure, right? Why don't you just do one thing differently? Why don't you take the chance and just try something and see what happens? Don't put a lot of thought into it. Don't put a lot of, don't put a lot of thought in it. Just try it. See what comes out of it, okay? They're wanting to rewind a bit, my friends. These two cards came out for you guys, and it's showing, again, highlighting the first 6 months of the year and perhaps some of your current energy. Some of you have decided to look beyond. And that's what they're sharing with me on this card. While this card could have another meaning, out of the book, what they want me to convey to you is you're looking out. Okay, you're looking out at the beyond. And you're trying to decide what serves you and what doesn't. You have been through so much. You're exhausted. You're emotionally tired. Okay? It's showing me a vision of some kids running around. Perhaps, you're a full-time employee. Then you're a full-time parent. Okay? Then you do extracurriculars on the weekends. There hasn't been a whole lot of time for you. You've kind of been engulfed in the energy that surrounds you. Okay? The beautiful thing is through the delegation, through the mentorship, okay, through the instructional guides that you will provide you can offset some of these headaches, okay, that you're experiencing, okay? And this is going to be a new transition for you. You're trying something new. You just got to give it a whirl, right? But in doing so, and they're wanting me to pick up these two cards as well, okay? So the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles really are your end cards for this reading. The Knight of Pentacles. So for the Knight of Pentacles here, okay, and for the King of Cups, you are finally starting to get, and I don't know if this is the correct term, but they're showing me the word equilibrium, okay? You're trying to find the right balance. You're kind of at this card is a depiction of a standstill in your life. You're holding tight. You're standing still. You're allowing your mind to rest and relax. You're taking some time and some energy to reflect on what's important to you and what you need, okay? And how you're going to go about getting that. And in turn, in doing some of these uncomfortable things, some of these things that, may not be part of your wheelhouse, you will come out the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun. My most two favorite cards in the tarot deck. This doesn't mean things are going to be perfect, but it's coming a long, long way from the last 6 to 8 months of this year. All right, my beautiful Gemini friends, this is a beautiful reading. I love that Spirit gave us 3 messages for you, and there could be a little bit of each. There could be a little something for everybody in all these messages, okay? So take them how they resonate. We are going to draw one final card. This is our Motivational Insight deck card. I'm so proud of you, Gemini, and Spirit Guides wanted me to share that with you right now, that they're very proud of you for everything you've done and everything you've overcome, all right? But it's time to turn a page. Your final card. If you don't like the road you're walking, Start paving another one. And this is by Dolly Parton. Oh, I love Dolly Parton. Pave another one. Pave another one. Okay? You deserve this. Have a wonderful month, and we'll talk soon.